Okay, so good evening, guys. Welcome to today's online seminar. My name is Ruchiraj, and I shall be the host for today's session. Guys, we have all our attendees joining us, so I would request you guys to kindly be patient for a couple of moments. Right. Meanwhile, you guys can tell me if you are able to hear my voice properly. Is my voice audible to you guys, or is there any form of glitch that is there from my side? If yes, then please let me know. Super clear. Right. Rest of you guys, are you able to hear my voice properly, guys? Is my voice clear and audible? Yes. Right. Okay, so guys, we shall get started in a couple of moments. So I would request you guys to kindly be patient, right? Okay, so let's get started, guys. All of you guys, those who have joined us now, welcome, guys. Welcome to today's online seminar. Right. So I'd like to ask you guys again if you are able to hear my voice properly. Is my voice audible to you guys? Please let me know. Right. Okay, this is awesome. So, guys, today's session is a pretty interesting session considering we are going to discuss about a couple of universities, right, which require no GRE score absolutely, right? So this is going to be pretty interesting, right? Other than that, guys, I believe there are a couple of insights that I feel must be shared with you, right, with regards to universities in the United States. Right, a lot of false information is floating around in the minds of our students. So I believe it's time that we take certain important steps to curb this right away so that you guys face no problems in the process. Right. So guys, we shall get started now, but let's have a quick round of introduction. Firstly, please type in your name, your current location, your current occupation, and the institution that you're studying in or working for in one sentence and send it across to me, right? So that we and others get to know who the fellow attendees of this session are. Right, so kindly type all of this in one sentence and send it across to me. Please don't send it individually, right? Please type your name, your current location, your current occupation, that is if you're a student or working professional, right? And the institution that you're studying in or working for. Please type all of this in one sentence and send it across to me, right? We have Bhavna from Vizag, student BTech third year, Geetam University, right? Alekshya from Hyderabad, studying in GRIET, right? Sai Sandeep, third year CE, student from Hyderabad. Great. Shalini, Indiana, USA, completed BTech. Great. Shalini Thakkar, working as an intern in Aditya Birla Science and Technology Center, Mumbai, has background in plant sciences. Right. We have Rahul Pandey from Kanpur Central University of Rajasthan, MSc Artificial Intelligence. Good. Saurabh Malia, Wipro current, passed Birmingham City University 2015 November. Right. We have Darshita Patel, BE in ECE, MBL City Collabora Technologies Private Limited. Right. We have Priyatam from Hyderabad, CVR in College of Engineering. Anjali from Delhi, student fourth year, GIET College, Computer Science Branch. Ria Devnath, VNIT MSc. Right. We have Romeza, third year Electronics from Jodhpur. Parminder Singh from CEC Landran in BTech final year. Vaikuntha Behera, NIT Rourkela, Biotechnology. Right. Also, guys, those of you who have joined us now, welcome, guys. Welcome to today's online seminar. Right. We are having a round of introductions. I request you guys to kindly type in your name, your current location, your current occupation, and the institution that you're studying in or working for. Okay. Please type all of this in one sentence and send it across to me. We have Swati Agarwal from Bareilly, completed MSc in Biotechnology from BHU Varanasi. Right. Okay, so guys, I believe over here I must ask you, how many of you are attending GRH online seminars for the first time? We have, meanwhile, we have Subkarman Sandhu from Jaipur. Right. How many of you are attending GRH online seminars for the first time, guys? Any first timers here? If yes, then please let me know. Saurabh says me. Shalini says first time, right? Vaikuntha Behera says me. Subkarman says yes. Saurabh, okay. Okay, so guys, those of you who've joined us for the first time, guys, welcome to today's online seminar, guys. Again, well, GREH conducts admissions-related online seminars every day, almost every day, right? Unless it's a non-working day for us here at GREH, right? We try to come up with some really, really cool topics to discuss almost every day. So try to attend as many sessions as possible because it is for your benefit, right? These seminar registrations are absolutely free. You must be knowing about it considering that you have joined the session already, right? So if there is any, and one more thing, that is these sessions are exclusively for the enrolled students here at GREH. However, if you want to, then you can ask your friends to join along with you, right? But if they wish to join individually, then they'll have to enroll with us. Right? This is an exclusive facility made available only for GREH students. So make very good use of it, right? And apart from that, you guys can register for all the sessions through the website, through the mails. Okay, GREH sends you a lot of emails, right? So you can subscribe to the emails, right? Register through them or through the website, right? Other than that, please make use of the chat box that you guys are using right now. That's the question box, that is, Okay, if you have anything to say, any questions or any comments that you would like to make, please send it across to me through the questions box. You guys have been muted by default. You guys must have realized that by now, right? Due to a large number of attendees, we would not be able to open up the speaking option for all of you. However, please make use of the good use of the questions box, right? And I am expecting each one of you to ask as many questions as possible, right? And in case you guys miss out upon any of the sessions, right, I shall share what you guys can do, right? So yeah, right. Okay, so guys, let's get started with today's session on how to get into good universities with low or no GRE score, right? I believe more than expectations, I must ask you, why is this session important for you guys? Okay, I usually ask you guys, what do you expect from today's online seminar? But today I would like to know, why is this session so important for you guys? Right? Please let me know, because this is something that is really important. Vikas says informative to me. Okay. Vaikunt Behra says, because I never heard about this before, that without GRE anybody can join for PhD or MS. Right. Alexius says, just in case something goes wrong. Working, no time for preparation for GRE for good score. Right. In any critical situation, if we will not be able to attain a good GRE score, then also we can get an admit. Says Swati. Okay. Anjali Rani says, if marks are not so good, still can we apply in good colleges or not? Right. Shalini Thakkar says, for I need this the most at this point of time. Never knew my GRE score would be so low. Okay. Okay. So guys, I believe you guys are pretty much at the right place, right? But yeah, Rumeza says, without GRE score, can this happen? Right. Okay. So let me share the agenda for today's discussion. Right. So yeah, this is precisely the agenda for today's discussion. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Does this agenda seem good to you guys? Does this agenda fulfill your expectations? And would it be able to answer your questions? Shalini Thakkar says, amazing. Okay. Looks pearly, says Sai Sandeep. Okay. Okay. So guys, before I proceed, one thing that I can promise you is that I'll try to justify everything that is there on your screen right now, right? I'll try to cover everything, and I'll try to answer as many questions as I can, right? But one thing that you guys also need to do is that you guys have to be extremely interactive, right? So one thing that you guys must realize is that there is only one motivation behind anybody in this planet to continue with speaking, right? So the only motivation is when the entire crowd is participative, right? So can you guys promise me to be extremely participative, extremely interactive, right? Because let's get this straight, right? So unless and until you guys promise to be extremely participative throughout the session, there would be no motivation for me to continue, right? So yeah, let's have a deal here, guys. Can you guys promise me to be extremely interactive throughout the session? Says Sandeep, yeah, high interaction. Let's go. Okay. Yes, says Rumeza. Sakshi says yes. Anjali Rani says yes. Okay. I promise, says Anjali Rani. Right. Vaikuntha Behra says yeah. Okay. Sakshi Sharma says yes. Okay, deal done, says Darshita. Right. Okay, so guys, let's get started with the session, considering that you guys are ready to interact with me as much as you can. Right. So, how many of you have this situation, or how many of you are facing this situation right now, or expecting to face this situation in the future? Bhavna says me. Darshita says me. I am says Subkarman. I am says Vikas. Rimpi says me. Swapnil says me. Okay, a lot of them. Right, a lot of them. Right. Okay. Okay. So can you guys answer this for me? Right. Your GRE score or expected GRE score. I would not read it out. Right. Just in case you are curious. I'll not read it out just for my knowledge. Right. If you have got your score, just share your score. If not, then type expected and your score. Right. Okay. Okay. This sounds good. Okay. Okay. So I have gone through your expected scores and your actual scores, right? So guys, please answer this for me as well, right? The number of backlogs that you have right now, or the number of backlogs that you had while you were pursuing your undergraduation, right? Okay. Okay. This sounds interesting, right? Well, let me ask this to you guys. Do these two ideas worry you? The fact that you have a low GRE score, or that you might end up with a low GRE score, or the fact that you have backlogs, does it worry you? So I asked, does the idea of having a low GRE score or backlogs worry you? Right? Okay. Right. So I believe at this critical juncture, a few things must be uh, understood about the US universities, right? Few misconceptions that are there that are floating in the minds of a lot of students, right? These must be addressed at the right time, that is now, right? How many of you feel that low ranked universities are bad universities? Backon Behra says me. Okay. Bhavna says me. Meza says me. Rimpi Parmar says me. Okay. Subkarman says me. Shalini Thakkar says me. Niharika Hari says me. Swati Agarwal says me. Right. Well, can you guys answer this question for me? Now, considering that a significant number of you feel that low ranked universities are bad universities, below what rank can a university be considered or called a bad university? Bhavna says 300. Sorry, Bhavna says 4. Riya Devnath says 300. Okay. Bhavna's response is a little surprising. Why would a fifth ranked university be called bad, Bhavna? Anjali Rani says 300. Vaikunt Behra says less than 200. Greater than 200. Okay. Darshita Patel says 100. 200 says Rahul Pandey. 400 says Subkarman. Below 250 says Shalini. Vikas says 300. Alekhya says 300. Swati Agarwal says don't know. Swapnil Bamble says lowest, right? 100 to 150 says Eric. 1000 says Priyatam. Don't have any idea says Rimpi. 50 I suppose says Saurabh. Uma Maheshwara says we can't say. Rumeza says no clue. 100 says Vibhashri. Right. Okay. Well, I believe now is the time that you guys face the reality, right? Low ranked universities are not bad universities, guys. We unfortunately are talking about the United States of America, right? You're not talking about India, right? And even in India, we cannot essentially say that low ranked universities are very bad, right? Because the concept of low ranked is subjective, right? See, when I asked you guys, the whole idea of asking you guys whether what according to you is low ranked universities, because I wanted to know where exactly do you classify, and the ideas are different, right? So someone says 4, someone says 100, some says 200, some say 200, some say 400, some say 1000, right? So similarly it has got different meanings, right? So you cannot essentially say that something is low ranked or something is bad. Okay, now let's say that we consider some very standard websites or standard forums or standard magazines, e-magazines for that matter, which rank universities and which have got the credibility over time, earned the credibility over time. Some websites like Forbes, some like US, some like US News, right? So few of these might come up with a list or a list of rankings, right? So even in that case, right, when we discuss about the United States of America, the low-ranked universities cannot essentially be called as bad universities. So one thing that you guys must understand is that the universities in the United States of America are very particular about the quality of education that is there, right? So they consistently make efforts, they consistently put efforts and resources to develop the university and reach to a standard where they get fundings from various institutions to carry out research activities. That's the whole idea, right? So in this context, in this conquest of becoming one of the finest, they actually improve tremendously every year, right? So this concept of stagnating at a certain point is it's totally absent according to me in this country, right? As rightly said, the falling standard is not that steep when compared to the Indian universities, right? So there's a very beautiful graph that we have come up with, right? So the fall on the quality of education is not steep as we might witness in Indian universities. So I'm not blaming you for the fact that you guys are calling low ranked universities as bad universities, because that is what we have been seeing. We have been seeing ever since we have been kids, right? We have seen that our parents pushing us to go to the IITs, to the NITs, to BITS, to VIT colleges like these, right? So that we end up with some really good jobs, right? But and then they do not essentially want us to be to join in some low ranked universities or some university that their colleagues consider to be not as good, right? So that is the common notion that we have here in India, but in the United States it's a completely different picture. So in the end, what you guys must carry from here is that low ranked universities in the United States of America are not as bad as compared to the Indian rankings, right? So, guys, does this make sense to you, right? And I would like to have your views here. What do you guys think about this? Vaikuntha Behra says that's true. Okay. Rest of you guys, what do you guys feel? Anjali Rani says agree. Vikas Vasisht, sorry, Vikas Srisht says yes, that's true. Okay, makes sense, says Priyatam. Darshita Patel says true. Convincing says Shalini. True, says Rahul Pandey. Agree, says Swapnil. Right. So guys, over here I would like to ask you, right? Which admit season are you guys planning to go for? Please let me know, so that I can get a fair idea. Okay, so please type in the admit season that you guys are planning to go for. Right. Bhav Bhavna says fall. Fall of which year, Bhavna? Alekhya says fall 16. Right. Vikas says fall 17. Shalini says 16. Ria Devnath says 17 fall. String 17 says Anjali. Fall 16 says Niharika. Right. Fall 17 says Bhavna. String 16 says Rahul. Rahul, I believe string 16 the classes have started already. Right. Okay. So guys, also meanwhile, please let me know how happy you guys are with GREs, right? A little off the record, please let us know, because this is a really, really important benchmark that we usually consider. Uh, so, if there is anything that you would like to be improved upon the kind of services that you guys are getting here, then please let us know by typing in, right? And also, guys, quickly answer the poll so that we can continue with the session. Right, and those of you who have answered the poll already, kindly type in yes to let me know that you have answered the poll already. And those of you who have not answered, quickly answer the poll, guys, and then type in yes. Right. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot, right, for answering this poll. Okay, so that brings me to a part where I again ask you one more question, that is, what makes a good university good? Okay, according to you, which university or what sort of a university can be called a good university? Darshita Patel says placements, right? Job probability says Vikas. Academics says Ashok Shah. Funding says Subkarman. Standards of academics and faculty says Swati. Good research facilities says Priyatam. Good funding jobs says Anjali. Jay says direct professors. Job and scholarship says Niharika. Ranking job probability funding says Shalini. Faculty says Prasanna. Famous or popular or the universities where students are preferred most. Okay, says Eric. Curriculum quality, faculty, alumni networks, job prospects, says Sakshi. Job placements from big companies, says Bhavna. Vaikunt Behra says fundings and scholarships. Job opportunities, says Rahul. Overall facilities, says Swapnil. Job and education funding, says Rimpi. It's good in terms of research, teaching facilities, and internships, says Pradeep. Santanu Mondal says funding, teaching, Right. Depends on all these things. Okay. Hello, Prasanna. Not much, right? We started a couple of topics have been discussed, but you can continue. All right. Career services and job assistance too, says Sakshi. Right. Okay. It's pretty much all of you are worried about scholarships and jobs primarily, isn't it? Because not too many of you guys are into uh, academics or the quality of education of faculties. Nevertheless, I believe it's time that you again face the reality. What makes a good university good, right? Uh, IITs haven't become good because they are able to place good guys in the good companies, right? IITs are good because they have the amount of knowledge that they could impart to students, which grow and evolve to become placement worthy or research worthy, or are able to contribute to the society as much as they could, right? So what makes a good university good, right? Funding that they receive from the state universities, right? So the state authorities, right? That again comes down to the state sponsorship and support. These two are pretty much the two pretty much similar, right? So the amount of funding that the universities have to disburse to students to carry out research activities, right? So that is one part that you guys must look forward to, right? Other than that, faculty caliber, research orientation of faculty, right? So these two things are very important, considering the faculties who would be there would essentially be teaching you, and how experienced they are, right? And how many years of experience do they have, and what sort of projects or what sort of research activities are they involved in, and how would their teaching evolve you as an individual and make you someone who can contribute to an organization as much as you want to, or as much as the company wants you to, right? So this essentially depends on how much knowledge is a faculty imparting to you in the classroom, right? So the faculty caliber plays a very important role, considering it is the overall development of you as an individual in terms of the technical skills entirely depends on one person, right? So yeah, the next thing is the research orientation of faculty. What sort of research activities is the faculty involved in, right? How many honors and how many distinguished achievements does the faculty have in the field of research, in his or her respective fields of research, right? So that is something that is supposed to be considered as well, right? Other than that, minimum qualification is PhD, right? So you would ideally want to know how qualified is the faculty, right? The next thing is labs. So this brings me down to the point where we discuss all the infrastructure facilities, labs, right? How many the amount of facilities that are there for students to undertake practical activities related to the subject, right? That also plays a key role because eventually you would want to have a hands-on experience on whatever you learn in the classroom, right? The next thing is industry connections, right? Which majority of you are worried for, right? So usually a good number of universities have this concept called the career development cell, right? So these units are responsible for guiding the students in building connections, building a network which could get them placed in a really good company, right? So that is also a facility. Other than that, the faculties can also guide you. So things like these. So essentially, at the end of the day, how good connections are there of the university officials or the faculties with the industry guys, right? So that is also important, right? The location of the university might sound trivial to a lot of you, right? But it is very important, considering the two important aspects here. One is, does the climate suit you, right? If the climate doesn't suit you, then there's no point, because point in going to that particular location or the university, considering that you would be sick for a significant period of time. Other than that, the location is important because you would want to know which are the organizations, companies, or industries that are working in close proximity to the university, right? So yeah, this would essentially state the fact that there are opportunities that are in store for you in terms of internships and placements. Right, state sponsorship and support we have discussed already. Right, a number of exceptional individuals on the faculty. Right, so anybody in the faculty list who is a Nobel laureate, right, or is distinguished with an array of research activities with high impact factor. Right, so these are few things that you might want to know. And other infrastructure, of course, sports teams. Right, guys, for guys like me, it is really important to know what are the sports teams that are there. How good is the football team there? For the general information, guys, football is rugby there. Right, the sport that we call rugby here is called football there, and the sport that we call football here is called soccer there. Right, so don't get confused. Right, so yeah, sports teams and infrastructure and opportunities in terms of chapters, clubs that you could possibly participate. Right, so yeah, these are pretty much the list of things that make a university called a good university. Right, so does this look convincing to you guys? How does this sound to you? Interesting, right? Yes, absolutely. So yeah, so guys, I believe I must ask you, which university do you wish to get into? Is there any dream university of yours that you badly want to get into? NUS says Sai Sandeep. UT says Uma Maheshwar. University of Arkansas says Subkarman. Fayetteville says Subkarman. Okay. Princeton says Ria. Stanford MIT says Bhavna. Okay. University of Houston says Sagar. WSU. Is that Wayne State, Eric? California State says Vikas. IIT Chicago says Anjali. Boston University School of Medicine says Alekhya. Right. MIT Georgia Tech says Dinesh. University of California says Baikunt. UTA says Niharika. University of Florida says Shalini. RWTH Ashan says Rahul. That's in Germany. MIT Sloan says Sakshi. Right. Delft University, Netherlands says Paris. Right. UCLA says Sakshi. UTD says Vibhashri. NTU or NUS says Priyatam. MIT says Santanu. University of Houston Clear Lake says Pradeep. Swati Agarwal just says USA. Okay. Okay. So, guys, the next question from my side is this. Do you guys have this thought in your mind? Right? Do you guys feel that if you join a low ranked university, right, quote unquote low ranked university, right, that would not guarantee you a job? Right? How many of you think that way? Go on, be honest. Subkarman says yes. Vibhashri says yep. Okay, Eric says no. Ria Devnath says no. Yes, says Rameza. Yes, says Bhavna. Niharika says yes. Dinesh says yes. No, not at all, says Darshita. Yes, says Anjali. No, says Alekhya. Satya Agarwal says National Institute of Health in USA. Okay. Swapnil says no. Subkarman says yes. Sai Sandeep says maybe. Vaikund Bera says don't know, but I'm not focused on job. Okay. Before seminar, say yes, says Vikas. Okay. Maybe, says Priyatam. Yes, says Santanu. Don't know, says Swati. Right. So again, guys, good number of you feel that you would not end up a job, right? So one thing that you guys must know, that we are Indians, right? At the end of the day, we realize that we are spending a lot of our parents' money, right? And we start getting serious about our studies, right? So one thing that we must be proud of and we must keep doing is that we try to get the toppers advantage in a class, right? If we are lucky enough to get into some really good university, that what we can do is try to get the toppers advantage, be in the top 25% of the class and get a really, really good GPA, right? Irrespective of which university you are in, you would definitely be able to get into a good company with a brilliant pay package, right? So yeah, so you need not be worried if you are getting into a quote unquote low ranked university, right? Then you can do all of this, right, and get into a really good company, and also if you are taking a loan, repay that ASAP, right? So yeah, so do you guys still have this notion in your mind? And guys, trust me, we do not share things out of nowhere, right? This is out of a tremendous amount of research that we come up with such things, right? Every statement that we state here is after talking to a lot of students, and that is the reason why we consider sharing this information with you, right? So yeah, do these universities provide job placements? Asked Sakshi Sharma, right? So Sakshi, one thing is in the United States and majority of the universities abroad, they do not have this concept of companies coming and recruiting guys from the college. It's very rare. I mean, at least till what I've heard, not every university has this option of calling companies and the companies coming there, having a recruitment drive, right, and picking up guys, right. They have other things, right. So they usually have this career development cell where there's this office which guides the students, right. They have this concept of job fairs, right, in which companies participate for a day or two, and people share their contacts, build their network, right, and get in touch with the officials when they require internship or jobs, right, or they get connect with officials and industry individuals through LinkedIn or various other sourcing networks, right. So yeah, that is something that must be done, right. So you guys won't be spoon fed in the United States, right. You'll have to do everything by yourself. You build a network, you get in touch with the guys, and you get yourself a job. That is how it works out, right. So if you are looking forward to studying in the United States, uh, if you are looking forward to studying in the United States, then you'll have to pull your sleeves up, and you'll have to probably start doing everything by yourself, right? I hope I was able to answer your question, Shakshi. Subkarman says heard same thing from my uncle living in the US for the last 30 years. It's pretty much justified, right? Uh, I believe it's a very wrong pattern that we here in India follow, right? Everything that happens here is spoon-fed, right? This is not going to help to in the long run. It's a very personal opinion, right? Please do not consider that I'm trying to teach you something, but it's a personal opinion that I have, right? Nevertheless, guys, let's continue with the session, right? I'll try to share some numbers with you guys, right? So there are an estimated these many grad school seats in the United States. It is growing almost every year, right? And please have a look at the number of guys. Please have a look at the number of guys Microsoft alone employs in the R&D division, right? Approximately 20,000, right? So, right, R&D division. I believe you guys know the seriousness of their work, right? So yeah, you guys can see yourself. And Microsoft is the only company that we have taken an example of. Trust me, the number of companies that are there in the United States, I don't even know the number of university companies, in fact. So yeah, you can do the math, right? So when you compare a typical Indian company, so Indian software company, the number is only few hundreds at best. When we talk about research and product development functions alone, right? So this is the core of any company. So right, so it's just not. I'm not just talking about software companies in particular, even the hardware companies, right? So they have this brilliant concept of R&D, right? So usually masters and PhD guys get recruited to the R&D division because the demand for masters in advanced technology is very high. It's pretty justified, right? So yeah. So does this look good to you guys? Swati, what about biotech companies? Well, Swati, biotech and bio in general is one of the fastest and the most evolving field in the United States, right? So if you are a bio background guy, then you must not be worried. Just try to get into some really good university, and then you will get into the tune of becoming one of the finest across the world, right? So guys, does this look good to you? Looks convincing? But mechanical in US, asks Vikas. Well, Vikas, I'm sure that you must have heard about Detroit, right? You must have heard about Tesla. You must have heard about Ford, right? So yeah, what about civil in the United States, right? Asks Paris. Well, Paris. One thing is civil engineering is so every core engineering stream is popular in any country. Pick any country that you wish to. The demand for core engineering guys is very high, right? So yeah. Sukarman asks petroleum in US pretty high. I mean, I'm sure that considering you're in petroleum, this recent discovery of I don't remember the name of this gas, the natural gas that has come up, right? So you realize the amount of R&D that is going to get into R&D force that is going to enter this field in particular, right? So yeah, pretty high, guys. Almost every branch, right, is high in demand. So please do not be worried, right? There's a reason why almost every Indian wants to go to the United States and uh, just work there and earn a lot of money, right? So yeah, Swati, I didn't get your question, right? Okay, so guys, this brings me to the most interesting and the most awaited part, right? Universities list, right, that do not require a GRE score, right? So yeah, so guys, how many of you actually want to know about it? Yes, yes. Okay, awesome. Right, so one thing that you guys must know is that these universities are not as popular, right? But before I get started, I must tell you that applying to these universities is a good thing, right? But try to apply with a GRE score, right? Because that would essentially enhance your chances of getting an admit, right? It basically shows the fact that you are someone who can calculate and communicate, right? So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about these universities or not, but have a look, right? So first university is Merrimack University, right? So private university, of course, a little high on the tuition fee side, but amazing university, right? Pretty good for almost all the branches, right? And yeah, the acceptance rate is also really high, right? So yeah, you can take a guess here, right, and apply into these universities provided you belong to these branches, right? So I believe I must ask you guys, how many of you have heard about this university, Merrimack? The college. Not me, says Darshita. Sai Sandeep says I. Okay. Nope, says Backund. Okay. So yeah, can I apply with GRE score in this university? Yes, Vikas. Friend applied for MBA, says Eric. Okay. Right. Upala Sai Sandeep asked a very interesting question. Then how do they select candidates? Well, Upala Sai Sandeep, one thing that you would also want to think about is that you send a lot of documents other than your GRE score, right? Documents like academic scores, your SOP, your LOR, right? Your CV, right? So based on these, they try to shortlist candidates. I hope I was able to answer your question. Swati, it depends on you. What do you wish to do, right? So identify the goal that you wish to achieve and then start your process, right? So guys, let's proceed to the next university, right? The Florida Institute of Technology, right? I'm not sure if you have heard about this university, but pretty popular university, right? Private university, and the tuition fees is again on a higher side, but again, this university is one university that is very, very particular about the academic curriculum, right? Very popular in the job market, right? And does have a brand value in the job market as well, right? So yeah, have you guys heard of this university, guys? Anyone here who knows about this university? Yes, yes. Okay, almost all of you, not me, says Background. Okay. Okay, almost all of you have heard of this university. Good. So yes, so Florida Institute of Technology, right? Alekhya's, isn't the tuition fee higher than the ones that need GRE scores? Well, Alekhya, one thing is, these are the two universities that we have discussed so far are private universities, right? But one thing that you must know is that the private universities usually private universities usually have a higher tuition fees. Not that they have higher tuition fees. There are a lot of universities which are private and have higher tuition fees than these universities like Duke. Right? They have 45,000 US dollars, if I'm not wrong, per year. Right? So yeah, for private universities, it is a bit on a higher side, but not very high, right? Chances of getting fundings. Well, Subkarman, yes, the chances of getting fundings are there in almost every university that you're applying to. But the fact is whether or not you are able to satisfy their parameters in terms of providing funding, or would you be able to contribute to the university in a certain way, is something that the university would have to identify. Yes, Background. What about scholarships? Well, Bhavna, as I said, you will have to. The scholarships are all there in almost every university. Scholarship opportunities are there, right? It's just that you will have to demonstrate, or you'll have to fill in the parameters that are required for scholarships to be granted by the universities, and that is something that is that I am sorry I would not be able to share, because nobody knows about it. What sort of parameters do the universities have? Nobody other than the admissions committee knows about it, right? Swati, about the bio branches, I'm not really sure, right? Because as far as I remember, bio branches also do not require a GRE score, but you will have to go and check one. So, guys, again, one thing that I would like to tell you here is that please make sure that you visit the university website and check for the details, right? Please do that before. Do not just blindly go by whatever I say. Please do your part of research as well. We have tried to curate the information and try to curate the information and share it with you guys, but you also have some duties, right? Please make sure that everything that is related to your process, you know the entire process very well, right? It's only then you would be able to make wise decisions. Okay, so please make sure that you visit the university website and do a good amount of research. Anjali Rani asks, if I apply for Spring 17, can I get scholarship? uh, well, Anjali, it depends. So I'm not sure if all the universities that I'm going to discuss today will be open for spring, right? But if they do, then you would most certainly have a chance of getting a scholarship, provided you have a very good profile. Swati, the universities that I'm sharing right now, they usually do not require GRE score, right? So you can go to the university website and check if the bio branches require a GRE score or not, right? I hope I was able to answer your question. Background whereas what kind of parameters depend on fundings for scholarship? Well, background Behra, first things first, you'll have to have a very, very good academic record, right? and you'll have to be extremely good at research. You should have a very strong research background, right? These two things pretty much suffice, right? Along with an SOP, right, which would essentially, or an essay which would essentially state the fact on why should the university consider you for granting scholarship. Right. And guys, for any stream specific details, please visit the university website and check, because this is something that we have collected in this information is something that we have collected on the basis of our research. But I would strongly recommend you guys to go to the university website and check for your stream in particular what sort of requirements are there, right? So please do that. Swati, as I said, please go to the university website and check if they have biosciences, right? I'm pretty sure that they would have, right? Considering that bio is a very, very evolving branch, right? So, yeah. Anjali, yes, yes, the internship would is relevant, right? But it would not essentially cover up for the research part, because research is very specific and it requires a tremendous amount of investment of time and resources, right? Okay, so guys, can we proceed to the next university? Yes, yes. Come on, guys, I need responses from each one of you. Okay, right. So the next university is the Lawrence Technological University. How many of you have heard about this university? Guys, the rest of the questions I shall take up in the Q&A session. So kindly be patient. Let's get done with the discussion first, and then let's proceed. Right. So yeah, Lawrence Technological University. How many of you have heard of this university, guys? Right, private university, considering the private universities, it is the tuition fees is on a lower side, right? The acceptance rate is pretty decent. I mean, it's not very high now, but not very low either, right? So this does stand a fair this gives you a fair chance of getting an admit into this university. But again, one thing that you must make sure that is that you must take your GRE, right, in case you have backlogs, and if you are looking forward to applying to this university. This is pretty much the case in almost every university that we are going to discuss, right? There's one more university that we shall be discussing about, right? And the two universities that we have discussed so far. Try to apply with the GRE score. That would essentially enhance your chances of getting an admit, right? I hope I am making sense, and I hope that you guys are able to grasp something, right? And almost every branch that is there in the university does not require a GRE score. However, as I said, and I will keep saying this, please make sure that you visit the university website and check if they require a GRE score or not, right? So please do that, right? Instead of asking too many people, your friends and your relatives, right? One thing that you could possibly do is visit the university website and check for information. That's the best place, right? So yeah, Lawrence Technological University, guys, right? Pretty amazing university, brilliant curriculum, and has got a tremendous amount of reputation as well, right? So yeah. So can we proceed to the next university, guys? The last university for today's discussion before the Q&A session, of course. Yes, yes. Okay. But before we proceed, guys, I would request you guys to kindly let me know if you have any of your friends, relatives, cousins who are planning to take their GR in the near future, right? We would love to help them out in their in this process, right? Because of course you guys are our students, and we would love to help anybody who is associated with you in the GRE domain, right? So please let us know, and this is a win-win situation, guys. So every friend who enrolls with us, referred by you, gets a 20% discount on the program, and you guys get a 500 rupees in a Paytm wallet, right? So yeah, you can take free Uber rides and purchase earphones, purchase a T-shirt, right? You can do whatever you want. But yeah, for that your friend has to enroll with us. But please make sure that you spread across the word of GREH, and let them know about the preparations that you guys are undertaking, and help them out when preparing as well. All right. Thank you, Darshita. I have taken down Ankit's number. Right. Darshita, is Ankit preparing with us right now, or is he planning to prepare? Right. And also, those of you who have answered the poll, kindly type in yes to let me know. Right. And those of you who have not answered the poll, quickly answer the poll, guys, and then type in yes. Right. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot. Right. And this brings me to the last university for the discussion. That's University of Idaho. Right. How many of you have heard about this university? Amazing campus, beautiful campus. Right. Do visit the university website and check for the beauty of this campus. Right. The beauty the university has to offer. Right. But yeah, public university. Right. Tuition fees is very low, and no GRE score record. What else do you want? Right. So yeah, University of Idaho, one of the finest universities, right? Does not require GRE score for the branches that are there. Uh, but again, for the ones that are not mentioned here, please make sure that you check the university website and see if they require a GRE score or not, right? So I have been saying this consistently. For every branch related details, guys, please visit the university website, right? So the acceptance rate is 65%, right? So pretty high acceptance rate, and the number of enrollments is also high, which means you guys stand a very fair chance of getting into this university, provided you fulfill the requirements of the university, right? And again, as I've been saying, and I'll keep saying this, if you guys are looking forward to applying to the universities with backlogs, please make sure that you get a decent GRE score at least for applying to these universities, right? So yeah, University of Idaho, guys. So we have discussed four universities, and pretty amazing universities, right? Please make sure that you apply into these universities if you are looking forward to apply without a GRE score. Even if you require with GRE score, then these are pretty decent universities, right? And GRE Edge is always there to help you guys out, right? And in the process of admissions, GRE Edge has been on the top, right? And we have been consistently helping a lot of students out in fulfilling their dreams of reaching the United States or any other country for that matter. So if any one of you wishes to join the GRE Edge's admissions counseling team and easily cruise through the entire admissions process, then quickly answer the poll that is there on your screens right now, right? And alternatively, guys, what you guys can also do is that I shall be sharing a link with you guys right now, right? And you guys, it's a four-step process, right? So all you need to do is first click on the link, right? Enter your details, press the submit button, and then type in DONE done. Right. So quickly, guys, let's get done with this quickly. If you guys wish to be a part of the superb team that has been helping day in and day out with students, right? So one thing that you need to do is click on the link, enter your details, that is your name, your phone number, your email ID, press the submit button, and then type in DONE done. Right? It's pretty simple. Right? Parminder Singh says done. Right. So guys, were you able to access the link? Were you able to open the link? Right. Guys, quickly answer the poll, and please enter the details, right, by clicking on the link. right? And guys, were you able to click and open the web page? Was the link working for you? Okay, I shall share the link with you guys again. Right? Click on the link, enter your details, press the submit button, and then type in DONE done. It's a four-step process, pretty easy. 5 seconds is all you need, unless your internet is very slow, right? So yeah. Okay, Shalini, you can answer the poll that is there on your screen, right? Right. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so guys, thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot. Right, we will get in touch with you soon and help you out in the entire process. Right, that brings me to the Q&A session. So, guys, yes, shoot your questions. Okay, so Swati, what you can probably do is Swati here asks, there are a huge number of universities, as we have come to know, about 4 universities by you. How can that do not require a GRE score, of course. So how do we get to know about it is what Swati wants to know. So Swati, what you can do is you can write us to student.welfare@greh.com, right? We'll try to help you out in this regard. Alternatively, what you can do is, of course, Google, right? So yeah. Is it true that many business schools now accept GRE as a substitute for GMAT? Yes. Yes, Sakshi. How do you rate UT? UT is a pretty good school, Vibhashri. It's not low ranked, as low ranked as. So I don't understand what according to you is a low ranked university, because you guys, it is good for certain branches, it's not good for certain branches. Right, so yeah. Yes, so Swati, please write us to student.welfare@grh.com. We will revert. Please answer the other part of the question as well. Which part, Sakshi? Is there a preference given to GMAT? Oh, sorry, I didn't notice that. Right. Okay, so not really. So essentially, the whole objective of taking GRE or GMAT is to know whether a candidate is able to calculate and communicate. Right. So if they are asking for a GRE or a GMAT score, then they would obviously want to consider both of them. It's not that they give preference of sorts, but yeah, both of the test scores work. Washington State University is a pretty good university, Shalini. Only GRE is enough or TOEFL is required. Backend, please make sure that you take either TOEFL or IELTS, right? Because the universities would like to know how proficient you are in the English language. Please give. If you are asking about TU Delft Paris, then it is a pretty amazing university, right? Yes, it does not require a GRE score, but it does require a TOEFL score, as far as my knowledge goes, and also it requires a very good academic profile, right? I hope I was able to answer your question. Which university? Asked Backend. I didn't get a question, Backend. So guys, any more questions? Yes, Anjali, you can, but again, it depends on what sort of profile you have. Backend, as I said, please make sure that you take either TOEFL or IELTS, right? These are two English proficiency tests, right? That the universities would like to. The universities obviously would want to know how proficient you are in the language, because English would be the mode of communication in the classroom, right? So they would want to know that, and unless you take the test, that's the English proficiency test, either TOEFL or IELTS, they would not be able to judge whether you are a candidate who can follow the curriculum or not. Eric, please resend the question. Shalini A, please write us to student.welfare and we can provide you. And also, please not forget to mention your branch. Always glad to help you, Shalini Thakkar. I'm sorry, Yashvi, yes, we do, right? But I do not have the list right now. What you can do is you can send across a mail to student.welfare, right? And we will help you guys out. So anybody who requires information about universities, right? Please write us to student.welfare@grh.com. I have shared the contact details with you guys, I heard that score above 315 guarantee 50% scholarship. No, Paris, it's a bogus information. Research faculty or the requirements of concern. Well, Eric, one thing that you must know is that who are you comparing it with? If you are comparing it with universities like Georgia Tech, if you are comparing it with universities like UCB and stuff, then yes, it won't seem impressive, right? Rutgers is brilliant, by count. It's a brilliant university, right? Funding scholarships a little less, right? The chances are a little less, but yeah, in terms of the reputation universities has is top notch, right? Okay, so guys, with this we come to the end of this session. Thank you very much. I have shared the contact details with you guys. Please write us to student.welfare@grh.com in case you have any doubts that are left uncleared, right? Uh, if not, then please do send us your feedback about the session on student.welfare@grh.com, right? All the best, guys. Happy learning with GREH. And with this, we end the session. And this is Ruchaj Bhardwaj signing off. Thank you very much.